Yo, what's good, you guys? So today we'll be comparing two types, LIE and LSE. The type comparison is based on Javier's document. He has put a lot of effort into this, 15 pages of pure geekism. So I thought, okay, this needs to be really spread around so the public can maybe learn something, you know? Now, obviously, I will try to make it more concise, make it more simple for people, because there's 15 pages. It would take 1 hour to make a video about that. At that point, everyone's attention span, which is obviously polluted by TikTok, no one would watch this shit. So we're gonna focus on the main elements and see the differences. Those who do want to look at the full breakdown with every single thing explained, I'm gonna have the link down in the comment section. No worries. In the case of the LIE, they are TE+, and this TE is blocked with NI+. They prefer shortcuts, quick work all at once. This behavior also comes from NI. They prefer faster methods because they're more worried about the result and how to enjoy those results, so that they can be able to do a different project in the future. And this is something I talked about when it comes to the LIE portrait. You know, LIE is not someone who wants to do things very carefully and very methodically necessarily. That's not really the point. It's more so an individual who, you know, starts a project, wants to finish it as quickly as possible, have another project on the line. And I know LIEs, and they are very much this way. So the work here is not cautiously processed, but it is deliberate. The LIE is innovative entrepreneur, focus on expanding possibilities within an existing system. The LIE is much more persuasive. They have their work smart mentality. The LIE is not as concerned whether someone is following a specific method, unlike the LSE, who really cares a lot about that. For the LIE, what really matters is that their subordinates finish their work and get the results that they need. Now with the LSE, you have TE-, and it is blocked with SI-. They prefer scripted work. They're much more focused on details. They're more perfectionistic. Those behaviors also come from SI. They prefer work done correctly. They care more about the process and its usefulness. Where a well-done process can be reused in a different structure, here the work is processed with caution. LSE is a director, focused on maintaining a functional method that can be applied in different systems, or even reforming or protecting the system. The LSE is much more rigid and assertive than the LIE. The mentality here is work hard. The LSEs are great at managing their work environment itself, focusing on how people work, so the chances of failure are reduced, so that in the end the method can be applied once again. Again, reused. The LIE manipulates time. He is strategic and he knows exactly when to act. They're very optimistic about the future, for themselves and also for other people. They're very good at planning future events, and they will enjoy organizing those events. The LIE wants to guarantee a future with good quality of life for people around them. In that way, they can be very idealistic. Thinking about the future is an easy process. It does not bring them any stress whatsoever, unlike the coped LSE. So the future for the LIE is not only idealistic, but it is also optimistic. Their vision of the future is grand and full of rewards. They don't mind harming their present moment due to the compensation mentality. That is why they are able to take risks with dangerous situations. Now, when it comes to the LSE's SI creative, LSE is a workhorse. They know exactly how to make their environment comfortable in order to keep that kind of hard-working pace for so long. They also know how to direct this to other people, helping others to create a good routine so that everyone can be consistent and productive. The LSE constantly manipulates people's comfort, either to keep them in a certain place or to stimulate them to move so that the future will remain safe. For example, someone who wants to preserve the world's current resources so it has the same abundance for a long time. Thinking about their own physical and mental stability is very easy for the LSE. Now let's look into the SE demonstrative and NE demonstrative. For the LIE, who is NE demonstrative, he likes and is very delighted to showcase its capabilities and talents to other people, seeking recognition for this. They possess a very strong self-belief in their capabilities, which at times can be seen almost as narcissism. But here the whole goal is to attribute to society with their talents. They prioritize leveraging their abilities within societal systems, preferring certain roles where they can effectively utilize their talents. This is TI blocked with an E. Now for the LSE, who is SE demonstrative, this type enjoys showcasing the quality of possessions, whether it's good quality clothing, great decor, a nice shiny car. Here they want to be recognized for this and want to earn praise. Everything that they produce has to be of good quality. They will assert their will with vigor. sometimes coming across as quite forceful and even energetic. And they are driven by the desire to be recognized for their energy and determination. Then we have the cope fest area, which is going to be the vulnerable. So far so good. Hopefully it's pretty simple. LSEs and I vulnerable. The LSE is extremely prepared, but for a neurotic reason. This is an important information, guys. They are afraid of being late, afraid of failing in the future, afraid of what could change tomorrow. The strategy here is that they will work on the present to reduce fuck-ups in the future. Unlike the LIE, who can take quite the risk when it comes to future or certain decision making. Since the vulnerable is only capable of acting based on experience, the LSE will not take risks and will prefer for things to stay as they are in the moment. LSE is actually extremely focused on the present. Thinking too much about the future will get in the way of what has to be done now. The future is created now. Everything that can be done to reduce potential negative consequences, fuck-ups in the future, the LSE will prepare for, and the LSE will ensure that everything they do now is done to avoid those mistakes. When it comes to LIE's SI vulnerable, the LIE is very sensitive with his well-being and the well-being of other people. Noticing this in themselves and other people will bother them. They don't know how to deal with this. They don't know how to resolve this. So their way of guaranteeing sensorial comfort is to plan a bright future. Since they live in the future, they don't want to deal with the mundane world, the repetitive life. They do not want to be reminded of doing this. Here, the resistance to discomfort is very weak. The LI instead, he plans a lot, so the results will arrive quickly. Due to the time they spend on planning, they spend on thinking about the future, they don't even have the time to enjoy the present. Once again, just because you think about the future doesn't mean you are the LIE, because the LIE is extremely confident about that and even more careless, even more relaxed when it comes to the future than the LSE, who is very neurotic. So let's hope we can clear some of those mistypes between the LSE and LIE. Anyway, again, the link for the full in-depth explanation is in the comment section. See you guys. I'm out and I'm bouncing.